Hello there, my friends. Today I have a bit of a question and a bit of a story for you. I apologise that this video has no video. Unfortunately, my camera is out of battery at the moment. But the question I have for you today is, have any of you ever gone out to a location or generally caught anything interesting that's disappeared by the time you've come to review it? Now, I asked this question because something fairly interesting happened in my house last week, or something potentially interesting happened last week. An EVP was captured in my house, but not in the traditional way that you might expect. Not with a voice recorder, and it wasn't captured by me. It was actually caught by my father. Basically, he was alone watching television when, all of a sudden, he heard someone call his name, which, given the circumstances, he obviously thought was quite odd. So he took a little bit of a look around downstairs, only to find that no one was there. So he decided to check the program that he was watching on the television. So he rewound the TV program, only to find that that's where it came from, and he decided to record this to show me at a later date. So later that night, well, in the early hours of the next morning, it's 2 a.m, I'm having a conversation with him, and he brings up the topic and showed me the recorded footage. And I was quite sceptical at first, which is how I usually approach things of this nature. So to give you a little bit of context here, this was a program called Newsnight, which usually airs on BBC Two here in the UK, and there was some kind of interview going on in the news studio. So while the newscaster is interviewing this woman, out of nowhere comes a male voice that says, Ray. Now I can't say with 100% certainty that this was an actual EVP. It could simply be a technical error on the part of the BBC. No one acknowledged this voice, but there could still be a perfectly reasonable explanation for this. But I have to say, it definitely sounded very much like a typical EVP that you would capture on a voice recorder, just louder. But also, looking at things that have happened around my dad lately, I wouldn't be too surprised. He's reported to me on several occasions that he's been touched, nothing negative or untowards, maybe something comforting like a hand on his shoulder or someone touching his hair. Anyway, I got him to keep this recording because I wanted to get my camera charged the next morning to make a video record of it, and maybe then go online to find the interview, basically to see whether this sound was captured on another medium and not just our TV. Basically, as I've mentioned before, I'm my dad's carer. He's in a wheelchair. So I've got a set amount of things that I need to do on a daily basis before going to sleep. And not long after he showed me the recording, I went about these duties. And I noticed immediately when I went into the kitchen that the air was completely different. The feeling was just really different. And this persisted for about 30 minutes. Basically, the hairs on my arms could not stand any higher. And for the full time that I was in there, I had this kind of full body tingle going on. And as I was going back and forth doing my little jobs, I get this feeling of cold keep washing over me, like a really intense cold. I didn't end up grabbing a recorder for a few reasons. One, as some of you know, I'm on a little bit of a break from the paranormal due to some things that have happened to me on a personal note. I don't quite feel ready to delve back into them just yet. Two, I have a little bit of a boundary when it comes to spirit communication. I'll talk to you at any time during the day and anywhere up until about 10:30 at night. But afterwards, this is my time to get things done and rest. I'm not a very good sleeper, so I kind of need this time to recuperate. And three, we had to be up early the next day anyway. We've got nurses coming to change my father's bandages. So, if this was indeed an EVP that was caught on the TV, personally I've got no doubts in my mind that the same energy that I felt in the kitchen had something to do with it. Anyway, the next day, I got some errands done, charged my camera, and went to go and record this thing off the skybox, only to find that it's disappeared. There's no trace of it. Is there a chance this could have been human error? Of course, it's possible. But considering how excited my dad was about it, and how important that he felt it was, I think he would have been very careful with it. Now, according to him, he didn't even go into the planner on the skybox that day. He also put a K next to it, which is a bit like a safety feature on the Skybox. It's like a lock so you can't accidentally delete something. And after discovering that the file was missing, I went onto the iPlayer, which is the BBC's catch-up service online, and found the programme that he'd been watching. But the interview wasn't in the programme. I searched high and low on the iPlayer, on YouTube, on the website, and I could not find the clip at all. So, in the end, who knows what happened? It could simply be human error, a coincidence with human error and technical issue. I'm really not sure, but this isn't the first incident where I've heard about some paranormal group finding something only for it to be erased before review. But I always kind of looked at those things with a skeptical viewpoint. I don't mean that to discredit them, but, a level of skepticism is always healthy. Anyway, that's just something that happened lately, and I thought I'd share it with you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the topic, so if you could drop me a comment in the box below, I'd greatly appreciate it. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon.